Alright, in this section we're going to be working with simple interest, and this is probably one of the most useful applications of percentages because we absolutely have to do this every single day. You know, if you have a savings account, a credit card, a car loan, a house mortgage, any of those things, that is done on the idea of simple interest. So there are two different kinds of interest. There's simple interest, where the interest on the loan, and I have it written out here, the interest on the loan is computed from the original principal only. So let's say that you borrow $50,000 to make upgrades on your house or something like that. Then you pay the interest on that $50,000. Now it's spread out over your payments, but that's the only interest that you're charged. Whereas if you have something like a credit card or a savings account, even, those are actually compounded interest. And what that means is, like, you think about a credit card. You have a balance. Let's say you purchase something and it's $100, and then they charge you interest on top of that. So now you have a balance that's $110. If you make a $50 payment that month, now your new statement would say that you owed $60. That is including both the purchases that you made and some interest also. So then whenever you go to make your payment the next month, they're going to charge you interest on top of that entire amount. Same thing with a savings account. If you put money into a savings account, and let's say you put $20 into a savings account, and then at the end of the quarter you make 5 cents in interest. Well, now you have $20.05 in your account. So then the next quarter, you're going to get interest on that entire amount, not just what you started with. So that's compounded interest. Now, we're going to tackle compounded interest later on in another class. For this one, we're just going to focus on simple interest. And so for that, you need to know a formula. And the formula for simple interest is this right here. Principal, which is the amount of money you're starting with, times rate, which is your interest rate, times time. So we usually shorten the formula just to say I equals PRT, principal times rate times time. Now, there are two things that you absolutely have to know here, is that the interest rate is always in decimal form. So for instance, if we have a 5% interest rate, then we're going to use 0.05. We have to change it over. And time is always in years, no matter what. So if they've given it to you in years, that's fine. But if for some reason they say things like 9 months, well, we have to adjust that to be associated with a yearly basis. So since there are 12 months out of a year, we can write that as 9/12. That would be 9/12 of a year. If they say, for instance, 30 days, 30 days would be 30 365ths of a year, because there are 365 days in a year. Now, for our purposes in this set of examples, and if you're in our classes here, then you're going to be working with my math lab, and we are going to only do things according to months or years. But if you were given days or weeks, you could do it that way also. If for some reason they said 12 weeks, then that would be 12 out of 52 weeks in a year, so 12 52nds of a year. Alright, in the next video we're going to actually start working some problems here.